Organizing is the establishment of effective authority relationships among selected work persons and workplaces in order for the group to work together efficiently, or the process of dividing work into sections and departments. For an organization role to exist and be meaningful to people, it must incorporate verifiable objectives, clear idea of major duties, and understanding of area of discretion or authority. So, let's discuss the characteristics of the organizing. Specializations and work division. The entire philosophy of organization is centered on the concept of specialization and division of work. The division of work is assigning responsibility for each organizational component to a specific individual or group thereof. It becomes a specialization when the responsibility for a specific task lies with a designated expert in that field. The effort of operators and coordinated to allow the process at hand to function correctly. Certain operators occupy positions of management at various points in the process to ensure coordination. Organization towards goal. Every organization has its own purposes and objectives. Organizing is the function employed to achieve the overall goals of the organization. Organization harmonizes the individual goals of the employees with overall objectives of the firm. Organizing also composition the individuals and the groups within the organization. Individuals form a group and the groups form an organization. Thus, organizing is one feature composition which creates the composition of individual and groups. Individuals are grouped into departments and their works are coordinated and directed towards the organizational goals. All the organization must be a going concern. So continuity is another feature of the organizing. So organizing is creating a group of people with a defined relationship in which they work together to achieve the goals of that organization. This relationship does not come to end after completing each task. Organizing itself is a never-ending process. Since organizations are required to be dynamic, since organizations are required to be flexible, that's why the process of organizing should also be flexible. Flexible so that any change can be incorporated easily. It ensures the ability to adapt and adjust the activities in response to the changes taking place in the external environment. The programs, policies, strategies can be changed as and when required if the provision for flexibility is made in the organizing process. The roles people are asked to fill should be intentionally designed to ensure that the required activities are done and that activities fit together so that people can work smoothly, effectively, and efficiently in groups. Certainly, most managers believe they are organizing when they establish such an intentional structure. There are two types of organizations possible: formal organization and informal organization. Formal organizations mean the intentional structure of roles in a formally organized enterprise. Describing an organization as formal, however, does not mean that there is anything inherently inflexible or unduly confining about it. If a manager is to organize a well structured organization, that he must finish an environment in which the individual performances, both present and future, contributes most effectively to the group goals. If so, formal organizations must be flexible. There should be room for discretion, for beneficial utilization of creative talents, and for recognition of individual likes and capacities in the most formal organizations. Yet, individual efforts in group situations must be channeled towards group and organizational goals. Informal organizations have been described by Chester Bernard as a joint personal activity without conscious joint purpose, although contributing to joint results. It is much easier to ask for on an organizational problem from someone you know personally, even if he or she may be in a different department, than from someone you know only as the name on an organization chart. The informal organization is a network of interpersonal relationships that arise when people associate with each other. Thus, informal organizations relationships not appearing on the organization chart might include a machine shop group or a sixth floor crowd or even Friday evening bowling gang or morning coffee regulars. One aspect of organization is establishment of the departments. The word department designates a distinct area, division, or branch of an organization over which a manager has authority for the performance of specified objectives. A department, as the term is generally used, may be the production division, sales department, West Coast branch, market research section, or even accounts receivable unit. In some enterprises, departmental terminology is loosely applied. In other, especially large ones, the strict terminology indicates hierarchical relationships.